From the crossroads of entertainment and culture, to the stories that move the streets and shake the box office, this is Blues Nightly News, the world of movies, music, comics, and culture, the way it really is.
Yo. What up? Late. My bad house gang. Welcome to Blues News Live, man. This your nightly dose of pop culture, streaming shakeups, superhero whispers, all types of shenanigans, man. I am your host, Bluminati. You know who I am, man. Part culture critic, part hype man, all up in your feed. What is good? How y'all doing? All right. Try to get through this quick because I started a little late. But it's all good though. Tonight, man, tonight, we got three big stories. Beloved TV show is getting a spinoff. Streaming wars might just go nuclear. It's crazy out here in these streaming war streets and in these streaming streets. And Wakanda might be passing the crown. We don't know. So grab your snacks, man. Drop in the chat, and let's roll, man. Let's roll. Let's see who in the chat. Lawrence in the building. What up, Lawrence? What's good, bro? How you doing, man? How you doing? Hope everything is good with you. Where do I want to start? Let's get into this snowfall, man. Let's jump into this snow easy. Snowfall. Get into this snowfall. So yeah, man, Snowfall. Look, how many of y'all was a fan of Snowfall? Like, how many of y'all really kicked it with Frank, with old Saint? Huh? How many of y'all was right there riding with old Franklin Saint, man? But yeah, you know that show was a hit, and I think it resonated with a lot of. I know it resonated with a lot of older millennials like myself. I don't even really consider myself a millennial. I'm like in between that Gen X millennial with Zennials. That's what I consider myself. But it really resonated with us. You know what I'm saying? Especially growing up during that time period, seeing what was going on, really kind of living, you know what I'm saying, kind of reliving some of the things that was going on. So Snowfall was right up my alley, man. Um, I knew people like Franklin Saint. I knew people like Wanda. Um, you know what I'm saying? I knew people like Leon. I forgot his uncle. Teach your man's how to squabbles. I forgot his uncle's name. But I knew, you know what I'm saying? Knew all these guys, man. So um it was dope seeing that on screen. And I think that was the last thing that John Singleton actually put out. You know what I'm saying? Snowfall was the last thing John Singleton put out before he passed. So that's another uh thing also that kind of resonated. John Singleton is one of my favorite directors of all time. Buck. What up, Buck? But now we're getting a spinoff, man. Getting a spinoff. Gail Bean, Isaiah John are returning to the streets of 1990s LA. But this time the story pivots from the crack epidemic to the rise of the West Coast rap music scene, man. I think that's kind of dope. You know what I'm saying? It's like if your favorite mixtape got a sequel, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Different beats, but the same hunger out here. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, man. Um, and with that being said, let's get into the article. Pull it up. Into the article, y'all. Here we go. Snowfall spinoff starring Gail Bean. Isaiah John gets an FX pilot order. This is an exclusive coming from Variety. So the Snowfall spinoff just took a major step forward with the potential series scoring a pilot order at FX. Variety has learned exclusively. The untitled drama was first reported in the early development in 2023 ahead of the series finale of Snowfall. As reported at the time, Snowfall star Gail Bean. And salute to Gail Bean. Salute to old Georgia girl Gail Bean. Will return for the spinoff in the role as Wanda Bell Simmons. She will be joined by fellow original cast member Isaiah John, who played Leon Simmons. The official log line for the pilot states set in '90s Los Angeles soon after the end of the original series. A recovering addict, Gail Bean's character strives to take West Coast rap mainstream despite potential infighting from a harrowing gang war. So we finna get in. See, and that's another thing. As I was watching Snowfall, what up, Stamina? As I was watching Snowfall, me and my older brother, we always said, "Hey, man, where were the gangs at during this time?" You know what I'm saying? Because they harped a lot on the crack epidemic and stuff like that, but the gangs just wasn't there. I mean, they kind of was there, but they wasn't there. So now I think this will be a dope little different spin on it, especially during that time period of 1990s West Coast rap with the gang affiliate situation going on. I think that's gonna be dope. And it seems like she is gonna be the one trying to take over the route. Is he gonna be the manager? This might be up for some dope shenanigans, man. This is Malcolm Spellman. We're writing, executive producer, pilot. Excuse me. Ooh. With Snowfall alums Dave Andren, Thomas Chalamet, Julie De Julie DeJoy, Michael London, and Trevor Ingleson, all executive producing as well as FS Productions in the studio. Along with Bean and John, the cast of Snowfall include Damson Idris, Carter Hudson, Emily Rios, Sergio Perez Macheta, Michael Hyatt, Eamon Joseph, Angela Lewis, and Alon Abotbol, created by the late great John Singleton, as well as Eric Amodio and Adrian. Snowfall explored the crack cocaine epidemic in South Central LA through the perspective of different characters. Those included budding drug kingpin Franklin Saint, CIA operative Teddy McDonald, and cartel enforcer Gustavo El Oso Zapata. The highly popular show aired for 6 seasons on FX between 2017 and 2023. Now, I want to know if any of those characters going to come back. That's what I want to know. Are any of those characters swinging back? Like, are we going to be getting Damson Idris showing up? Because the finale ended with him being he wasn't a cracker. He was like a drunk. You know what I'm saying? Homeless now. I wonder, do we get to see Franklin say? Are we going what was the auntie's name? Damn, it's right down the tip of my tongue. She like, I really kind of disliked her character towards the end, the way she kind of did the whole situation. Damn, I can't remember her name. And then we know the mom. Oh man, the mom really. I think the mom pissed a lot of people off. You know what I'm saying? Like, for her to kill Teddy that way. If y'all ain't seen, I'm sorry, spoiler alert. Teddy was the CIA agent who was basically Damson Idris's handler, right? And he had took all the money from Danger Idris' character, which is Franklin Saint, and had it in this account or whatever. So all Franklin Saint wanted was his money back. You know what I'm saying? All he wanted was his money back. And the dude was gonna give him the bank account and everything he needed, but his mama ended up killing the CIA agent. Mm-hmm. And he never forgave his mama for that. Never forgave his mama for that. This, I'm telling you, this series was one of them, because it was more than just some drug dealing situation going on. This, it had like family drama. You know what I'm saying? Lovers quarrels. It had a lot of drama in it, man. It was a real good show. And I'm glad we got a full run. That's one thing that I'm real happy about. We got a full run from this show. What they said, 7 seasons? 6 seasons. We got a full 6 seasons of this show. It didn't prematurely end. It played out from beginning to end the way it was supposed to play out. And I think that's a dope situation. That's a dope situation. Buck say he's skeptical. Now, I think, remember, John Singleton passed before season 2 started. So the whole rest of the way was basically without John Singleton. You know what I'm saying? The whole rest of the way, I want to say, was without John Singleton going forward. And yeah, man, I think everybody's still mad at his mama for doing that. Everybody's still mad at his mama. All they needed was the loot. She could at least waited. I think that's what everybody was mad at. Like, you couldn't wait. You couldn't wait to you know what I'm saying, to pop Teddy in the head. You had to do it right then and there. Dude just wanted his loot, man. Dude just wanted his loot. But I think it's gonna be good. I want to see how they do this. I want to see, do they incorporate some actual things that was happening in the music biz on the West Coast side of things during that time period. NWA, uh, Ice Cube, leave, you know what I'm saying, like stuff like that. That Death Row, Tupac, maybe. Well, this early '90s. Tupac would have been like mid '90s. Well, no, that would have been early '90s. Pac had to move to California by then, I want to say. At least Oakland with the Digital Underground and stuff. So I don't know. I think it's got a lot of intrigue. I don't know if we get 6 seasons of this or whatever. Um, but I think it's gonna be good. No matter what, I think it's gonna be a good situation. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. Buck say, don't get me wrong, I'm definitely gonna be tuned in. Uh this Idol, one of my favorite shows. Yeah, one of your favorite shows ever. Wow. Okay. I mean, it's up for me. It's up there. I can't even lie. It's up there for me. Snowfall was one of them. Snowfall was like the West Coast Wire almost. You know what I'm saying? Like the Wire is up there for me. Snowfall, especially when it comes to you know what I'm saying, these type of shows like that. Um, these adult dramas. So yeah, I feel you on that. It's if somebody said that that's one of their favorite shows of all time, I wouldn't look at them sideways because it's up there for me. It is up there for me. But yeah, chat, y'all let me know, man. What do y'all think about this spinoff? Are y'all cautious? Are y'all cautious or are y'all intrigued by this? Let me know in the chat, man. Y'all let me know in the chat. Y'all let me know in the chat. Let's keep this thing rolling. What we want to talk next? Let's get into some of this buying situation. Who's buying what? Netflix, Warner Brothers. You know what I'm saying? Netflix, Warner Brothers. I'm so tired of. I'm so tired of this story, man. I am so tired of oh, now that Netflix is gonna buy it, the Snyderverse is coming back. I'm so tired of that, man. Snyderverse ain't coming back. But I'm gonna report on this story though. I'm gonna report on this story, man, just because it is it did come, it is like a bit of a surprise that Netflix is throwing their hat in the arena because they don't like theater. They don't want to make movies that go to theater, and I think that that would be a disservice to Warner Brothers situation that they have going on. So I'm really I'm surprised and I'm concerned at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, let's do it. Says this is coming from the street. Surprise rival bid for HBO Max revives hope for Snyderverse return. We back at it. These Snyder Bros, man. Salute to them. They go hard, boy. They go hard. Says new bidder for Warner Brothers raises questions about Discovery and DC's future. Um, Streaming behemoth and Zack Snyder's business partner Netflix has joined the "Should We Buy Warner Brothers" party. Their bid will be put up against odds-on leader Paramount, a hard-charging NBC, and new interest from other media giants Apple and Disney. See, I wouldn't mind Apple going ahead and getting it. Apple getting it, I'm with it. Says Netflix retained investment bank Moelis and Company on Friday, which was 10/31, to serve as an advisor and obtain relevant financial information for a potential offer. Reuters reported. Netflix has since been granted access to Warner Brothers data room. Moelis and Company is the same firm that advised David Ellison and Skydance Media throughout their landscape change the merger with Paramount this August. The new potential bid from Netflix has two fascinating aspects to its shape. First and foremost, Netflix is famously builders, not buyers. And that's the thing, that they are a um ground up situation. You know what I'm saying? Like Netflix started from the bottom, now we here type stuff. And I just don't see them acquiring something as major as Warner Brothers. I just don't see that happen. Says which could have huge implication on Warner Brothers Discovery as their own streamer, HBO Max, and variety of legacy media networks under Discovery. They go on to say, we've been very clear in the past that we have no interest in owning legacy media networks, so there's no change there. Netflix CEO Ted Sarandos said. See, he said he don't want legacy media networks. He don't want it. So what? They just, I guess, like Buck just said, they just want the IP. And I don't necessarily think that's a good thing. I'm gonna tell y'all this. When it comes to streaming, I think the streaming bubble, either it has burst or it's about to burst. And I think we start going backwards. Because I'm looking at the music model right now when it comes to streaming, and the artists are, yeah, they still put their stuff on streaming, but they're relying on a lot of physicals. A lot of these major artists, you can still go to Target and buy a vinyl. You can still go to Target and buy a CD. I believe that is the way to go. I almost said new, but renewed sense of way to go. I think physicals, when it comes to artists, not necessarily, I don't know how it works on the record label, but that artist, they know now how much they actually make by selling a vinyl. They know how much they actually make by selling a CD. It's hard to really tell how much you make by a stream. I think the same goes for Hollywood side of things, right? Physical copies of DVDs or whatever. Hell, they might even go back to VHSs for all we know, cassettes and stuff. I can put an actual number on how many DVDs I need to sell, right? When a movie comes out of theaters, how many DVDs do I need to sell to make a little bit of more extra change to make sure that what we just did was profitable? Or I use the DVD sales to pay my producers on the back end, or my actors on the back end who signed those back end deals, right? Instead of, okay, here go up. And think of it as an actor. I signed this back end deal for streams, right? And I don't know how much a stream is worth. We still don't know that. Or they give us, you know what I'm saying, the companies that give us what they think a stream should be. And that's crazy. And like I said, I'm just basing this off of how music is moving. I forgot what the actual number is for a single album to be, so how many streams gotta be streamed for it to count as an album sold, right? That is weird to me. That's weird to me. So it's so many streams gotta be, so then those streams, the album is sold. Do I get the $9.99 or however much the album? How much is the album going for? Like in today's rate, how much is the album going for? Today's rate, how much is the DVD going for? Do y'all get what I'm saying? So I don't know if Netflix is the best thing for that, and I think a lot of the creative side of Hollywood will look at that sideways. I'm pretty, we already got the Writers Guild saying what they're saying in regards to these purchases that's going on. So so Warner Brothers Discovery's properties could be on the chopping block if a Netflix bid were to come out on top. However, comic book fans will be parsing the deal for another reason. Here we go. Here we go. Former head of the DC Comics universe, Zack Snyder, he was not the head of DC Comics universe. He was not the head. Just to let y'all know, he was not the head. Zack Snyder has a friendly relationship with Netflix and has continued to make films with them. Most recently, Army of the Dead and Rebel Moon, both of which underperformed on the streamer. So And y'all swear that they just gonna give Zack Snyder back the DCU. You know what I'm saying? Like that don't even make sense. This could a merger open the door for his return to future involvement in DCU under Netflix on HBO Max? Well, I wonder. Well, let me answer that question, which I've already answered. No, it won't. Zack Snyder will not be heading up DC again, or he won't be having his hands, uh, in the pot of gumbo making DC. That just, I don't think the DC brand can go through another reboot or another crown change, so to speak. Right? Whatever this power struggle is that they keep trying to, DC can't. Nope. Nope. They can't do it. They cannot do it. They need stability right now. You know what I'm saying? They need stability. They need stability, man. They need it. They need it. You know, it's I wish Warner Brothers, and I get it. Well, actually I don't get it, because to me Warner Brothers should be out acquiring things, not getting acquired. That's how I look. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking at this blue chip company, Warner Brothers, that's been around. How long has Warner Brothers? Let me look this. I want to know how long Warner has been around. Let me see how long Warner. I want to know. 1923. Warner Brothers has been around for 102 years. 102 years. They should not be, well, I guess, but I'm looking at them as like I said, a blue chip the way they are. They should not be getting bought out. They should be doing the buying. They should be doing the buying. So I guess I'm looking at it that way too. But also, I don't think it helps the industry. Netflix buying them does not help the industry. Paramount buying them damn sure don't help the industry, because I just think that'd be Paramount having too much on their plate. Sundance just bought Paramount. Get some work on the street first. Put some work on the street. You know what I'm saying? Put some work on the street first before we even know that you is good over there. You over here trying to buy Warner Brothers. We don't even know if y'all finna put out some quality work. Put some work out on the street first. But if I'm more leaning to Apple buying it, because it seems like Apple they want to make movies. They already have a relationship with Warner Brothers. F1 was distributed through Warner Brothers, and it's an Apple film, right? So they already have that relationship. I would not be surprised if the deal went down with Apple instead of all these other suitors that's been showing up. To me, it makes more sense than anybody else. Netflix, y'all don't want to do theatrical releases. Apple does. Paramount, y'all got too much on y'all plate. Too much. Y'all ain't putting no work out on the streets yet since the merger. Let me see what this Call of Duty movie gonna be about with Taylor Sheridan. I know you just, and that's another thing. You just signed Taylor Sheridan. That's probably, if Paramount good at, that's who they, you know what I'm saying, Taylor Sheridan. I can see him jumping in trying to do some DC stuff. They go on to say Warner Brothers Discovery legacy media brands on the hot seat. While Netflix CEO Ted Sarandos made it clear that they don't intend to go into the legacy media business, a Netflix Warner Brothers deal is still possible. That deal might, however, include Warner Brothers Discovery properties, which is CNN, TNT, the Food Network, Animal Planet, and more, being spun off into separate entities. Sarandos, for his part, isn't wholly against M&A as a build from scratch alternative. He goes on to say, we focus on profitable growth and reinvesting in our business, both organically and through selective M&A. And when it comes to M&A opportunities, we look at them and we look at all of them, and we apply the same framework and lens we look at when we look to invest in a build. So yeah, the president, Gregory K. Peters, reiterated Netflix's earned ability to be choosy and that any acquisition needs to be met from the ground up mentality. To me, that reads of we're not saying anything right now as there's no deal in place legalese. However, HBO and Netflix share far too many similarities as destinations for prestige and highbrow streaming, making it unlikely for Netflix not to explore the option. Their studios will complement each other well, and any merger would instantly make them the premier destination for prestige TV. This is a lot. I'm not going to go on all this. Well, let me go on to this one. Since DCU fans have been taking on social media in their droves, expressing their hope that Netflix potential acquisition of Warner Brothers Discovery will somehow lead to the Snyderverse being restored on streaming. Snyder has a number of diehard fans who prefer his grittier take on a favorite DC heroes and villains. However, scrapping the Gunverse plans after a successful rollout of Superman and cult HBO Max hit Creature Commandos makes little sense. It does. That I mean, and that's true. Like that makes little sense. Why would you do that? And that's what I just said. Why destroy something that's just now getting going? It's fragile already. Like you're not going. I don't think they'll be able to put those pieces back together. One, if they come in, if somebody comes in, whoever buys Warner Brothers swoops in and fires gun. Peter Safran, y'all gotta go. We rebuilding the DCU in the image that we want to build it in. I don't believe that it survives the night. Nope, it won't survive the night. That'll be it for the DC brand. Because that means now we gotta wait how many more years to get content out on the DC side? Right? Can they wait that long? Well, you know what I'm saying? Because I already think that they waited too long and didn't strike while Marvel has been wounded. You know what I'm saying? Like Marvel was wounded 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? They at a low now, but I think they was even lower back then. Now they got a little heading going. They got their little footing. They might be able to climb up this. You know what I'm saying? Get over the hump. But if they would have struck then, if James Gunn would have just came out the gate with Superman or whatever he wanted out the gate, boom, and slapped Marvel in the face with it, it would have been good. I think you can't do that now. If you replace Gunn, you got to wait time. Marvel they gonna get that share back. They're gonna get that market share back. Right now, DC, y'all got a little market share. Warner Brothers, y'all got a little market share with DC. If y'all come in, replace Gunn, and now we got to wait another 3 to 4 years to get some content out on the DC side of things. Because let's say they do replace, let's say they bring James Gunn back, not Gunn, Snyder back in. How long is it going to take for Snyder to get the ball back rolling? How long is it going to take to get Henry Cavill to get away from all his other projects that he got doing to get back in the Superman suit? Ben Affleck, who said he only want to play Batman no more. All of these pieces, Gail Gadot, uh, Ezra Miller, your boy who plays Cyborg, can't think of his name. Like trying to get all that back together to do what needs to be or that he wants to do. How long does that happen? Then you gotta buy out the contracts from James Gunn. You gotta buy out the contracts from the previous producers and stuff. That's more money that you gotta spend just to bring Zack Snyder in, hoping that his stuff works. Hoping that his stuff works. So nah, I don't know if you do that, man. James Gunn's box office is pretty good for the most part, except for the movie that he came out with during the pandemic. Guardians 3, 845. Guardians 2, 863. Guardians 1, 773. Superman, 616. Suicide Squad 168, which was pandemic. They go on to say, why would Netflix basically scrap DC Studios and its DC plans to give Snyder hundreds of millions of dollars to make his Justice League sequels for its monthly subscribers? Wilden asked, if anything, it would be business as usual. HBO Max's content likely added to Netflix, and Netflix overseeing Warner Brothers Pictures' slate of theatrical releases. However, I don't think that means Snyder, given his good relationship with Netflix, won't be given any latitude to return to the DCU. If Netflix acquired HBO, thus the rights to DCU, there's no reason he couldn't work on a spinoff or even an animated final movie to conclude his trilogy. While the commercial value compared to that of the Superman reboot might be dubious, a Netflix HBO Goliath could find room for that type of passion project. Yeah, maybe something like that could happen. Like I said, I could see him coming back into work with Gunn on a project, but for him to head up everything, nah. Maybe like they said, a animated sequel to conclude the. But even that, I don't even like. Why even? I don't think you need to touch the Snyderverse no more. Now the Elseworlds, what if, shoulda, coulda, woulda, leave it alone, man. I think the what I wanted, the allure and the myth of the Snyderverse makes it legendary. I think that whole, you know what I'm saying? Like, because once you go in and try to conclude it, what if that's bad and it taints the whole thing? It's already got some bad movies under the banner of the Snyderverse. Leave it alone. Let its myth, let all of that be damn, I mean do that. Let all of that do what it's supposed to do. Let that Snyderverse be a myth. You know what I'm saying? Let it be a legend. The legendary Snyderverse. I think that plays better, and I think it'll make it age better. I think it'll make it age better. I mean, but that's just me. I don't know too much. I don't know too much. I know a little, but I don't know too much. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think on the matter, man. Do y'all want to see that come back? Snyderverse come back? Who do y'all want to see win the Warner Brothers bid? Y'all let me know in the comments down below. Let's keep this thing rocking. I told y'all we're gonna be moving tonight, man. Gonna be moving. Let's get it to the big debate. Let's get it to the debate for tonight, man. Let's get it to the debate for tonight. I think I'm gonna start adding like a commercial, like how Dre do his commercials. I'm gonna add a commercial right before we get into debate time. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I got to come up with some commercial stuff, man. I like what Dre do. Hey Dre, I'm a bite you. Take your stuff, you know what I'm saying, and use it for my own dubious reasons, nefarious reasons. Oh man. But yeah, let's get to the debate, man. The Black Panther mantle rumors. This has been a debate since Chad has passed. Recast the child, right? Recast the child. Let's won't leave until we get Son of T'Chaka back in the mantle where he's supposed back in the saddle where he's supposed to be, right? The mantle of Black Panther may be passing. This is what the rumors say. You know what I'm saying? Rumors say Marvel wants a new hero to carry it for years, and they should. They should want a new hero to carry a new old hero, somebody we've already got. T'Challa. Like it's only one answer. I don't even know why we even having this discussion. It's only one answer, right? It's only one answer. Because legacy matters when wearing that suit. You know what I'm saying? Being the king, the protector. And if you are a fan of Black Panther, the comics or whatever, it's only been one king and one protector. It's been T'Challa. You know what I'm saying? It's been T'Challa. Cultural icon. cultural phenomenon. It ain't just the claws, it's the culture, baby. Bring him back. Bring him back. It's like now anybody could walk in Wakanda and be like, "Man, pass me the suit. Let me get a spin." You know what I'm saying? I like my latex a little fitted around the midriff area. Like that's what it seemed like. Anybody put T'Challa. They wanted M'Baku to be the Black Panther. And that goes against his very religion. You know what I'm saying? That go against his very religion. M'Baku can't be Black Panther. He don't worship Bast. So he couldn't be Black Panther. But the uninformed, right? That's the uninformed, man. Let's look at Jay. Even Jay I ain't gonna lie, I want M'Baku. You can't have him. He worships the gorilla guy, the white gorilla guy. I can't remember the name of the guy, but that's not his ministry, right? Bast is not his ministry. Being the Black Panther is not his ministry. It's just not. Right, Stamina. Make mine vibranium. Anybody can get it right now, man. Let's get into this article though, and break things down. Get into this article and break things down. It says rumor, new details on who will hold the Black Panther mantle moving forward revealed. And they say spoilers. This is coming from comicbookmovie.com. That's who it is, Hunaman. To some rumored new details on Marvel Studios' Black Panther plans have been revealed, including which characters set to hold the mantle for years to come as we head into next year's Avengers Doomsday. Black Panther was released in 2018 to widespread critical and financial acclaim. While there were new minor complaints, they expect the CG heavy final battle, for example. The movie itself respected and celebrated African culture and inspired countless people worldwide. T'Challa's actor, Chadwick Boseman, passed in 2020 following a hard-fought battle with cancer. The actor's passing sent shockwaves through Hollywood, forcing Marvel Studios to go back to the drawing board with its planned Black Panther sequel. See, the thing is, they shouldn't have went back to the drawing board. Y'all had a plan, execute the plan. Execute the plan. Order 66. Execute it. So the actor's passing since the idea had been for it to deal with the fallout of the Avengers Endgame, with T'Challa returning from the blip to learn his son had been born while he was among the dead. The crazy thing is, you know what's crazy? They can still do that. They can somewhat. They could somewhat still do that because he came back and fought in the. What was Nakia? Did Nakia get blipped out? I wonder how that worked when you're pregnant. What if you don't get blipped out, but your baby get blipped out? Or what if you, you know what I'm saying? What if you get blipped out and the baby don't get blipped out? So now it's just I wonder how that works. Is my mind just crazy thinking something like that? That's let me keep reading. Let me keep reading, man. So returning from the blip after to learn that his son had been born while he was among the dead. From there, we'd have followed the hero getting to know his child while likely battling Namor the Submariner. That would have been dope. T'Challa versus Namor would have been crazy, right? We didn't get it, but would have been crazy. Black Panther Wakanda Forever instead dealt with the fallout from the hero's demise in universe and followed Shuri as she inherited the Black Panther mantle. The hero's demise in universe. They didn't have to do a demise in universe, the in universe demise. They didn't have to do that. They did not have to do. They chose to kill him off and paint themselves into a corner to what was going to happen with T'Challa. They could have easily set T'Challa aside and gave us Wakanda Forever if they wanted to, which sure is Black Panther. Nobody would have been mad. T'Challa could have been over here, could have been in a coma, could have been in space, could have been on a mission, could have been captured. You know what I'm saying? He could have been captured by Namor's people. He could have been captured by the Kree. He could have been captured by the Skrulls. He could have been captured by the Inhumans. Somebody, the X-Men. You know what I'm saying? They could have just easily put him to the side. So the closing moments of the sequel introduced Tucson, aka the bastard child of T'Challa, the fallen king's young son. Letitia Wright returns as Shuri in Avengers Doomsday through leaked concept art, and various rumors have led us to believe that we'll meet the new T'Challa in either that or Avengers Secret Wars. And T'Challa 2 don't even make sense. They don't do juniors and twos and all of that in Wakandan culture. They don't. They don't. It says, regardless of whether it's an adult Tucson or multiversal variant, the idea from there would be for the character to take center stage in the next Black Panther movie, widely believed to be on track for February 28th. So an adult bastard Tucson or multiversal variant. Let's stick with what they call them, Tank. Let's stick with Tank. To me, Tank wouldn't even work. He wouldn't work. He wouldn't work because he is not Wakandan. Culturally, he's not Wakandan. We just saw that happen with Eric Killmonger. Because that'll basically be that story all over again. Right? All over again. Who's in charge now? Shuri is Shuri? No, the king. I think M'Baku ended up being the king of Wakanda, and Shuri is just the Black Panther. So I don't even know how that would work. Because if Tank shows up, he now has to fight M'Baku for the throne. See, I don't think people is like even working through what would have to happen to get Tank on the throne. What if M'Baku, this whole time, M'Baku has been doing such a dope job, such a good job. He don't want to he ain't just gonna give up the throne. The people like him. He's governing good. And here come Tank. Little Tank the bastard. Little Tank the bastard show up. Talking about the throne is rightfully mine. And now they got to do, they go and do the fight or whatever. Is he gonna be able to beat M'Baku? Because Nakia trained him, I guess. I guess Nakia trained him. I guess that's what would happen. That's where he would get his training from. Will it be good enough to take out M'Baku? I highly doubt that. I highly doubt that. Why? Why? And my thing is, why so many mantle pushes for Black Panther? Why mantle pushes at all? Right? We got Black America as a mantle push and takeover. Riri Williams as a fill-in. I don't want to say a mantle take, but kind of like a fill-in type situation. Why? I just don't understand the reason why. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not a good sell to me anyway. Maybe it's a good sell to other people, but to me, it's not. It's not a good sell. So according to Scoop in My Time to Shine, hello, while they're introducing more Black Panthers, Wright will remain the main one for years to come. I remember she said that a while back. It's relatively vague update, albeit one that can give us a better idea of the future if we unpack it for them. For starters, years to come could potentially cover the next Avengers movies or Secret Wars, as Secret Wars is set to be released until the end of 2027. However, in the comments, that's the president precedent for T'Challa and Shuri both being Black Panther at the same time. Yes, it is. While the latter served as Wakanda's monarch, T'Challa was made king of the dead by Bast and took on more of a warrior role on behalf of his nation. It's an ensemble of greatness, so I just was really excited to just be a part of it. Right, said Avengers Doomsday in June. I've been part of it before, but in a smaller way. Now I have a little bit more. So they got her in Doomsday. I guess she talking because it just wrapped for the most part. Probably her part just wrapped. F1 movie star Damson Idris was recently asked about reports if he had played the next T'Challa, and the smile on his face replied, "No, no, I don't know anything about it, isn't it?" That's how he said it, isn't it? What's stamina at? I need stamina. give me a good London accent. Where he from? Where's he from? From? Give me a good London accent. I can't even do it. I don't even want to butcher it. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. Isn't it? give me something. And stamina ain't. Let me stop before stamina think I'm trying to disrespect the UK. I ran the streets of UK for a minute, man. I don't want to do a sidetrack, but uh, when I was in the military, we pull into Portsmouth and I catch the train to London and kick it out there. I remember Piccadilly Square, and I'm at the Virgin store, right? And they locked us in the store and we got a free Madonna concert. It was kind of dope. That was dope, man. That was real dope. But what's y'all got a mixtape DJ, white dude out there. And me and my homeboy, we met, we didn't know who he was, right? So we're out on the corner, and this was back when all I wanted to do was rap. You know what I'm saying? All I really wanted to do was rap, rap, rap. I was this rapidy rap guy. This was '02, I want to say '02, '03. Rapidy rap guy. I forgot who the mixtape DJ, or it's a white dude. I can't think of his name right now, man. It'll come to me. But I think he does radio too. But it was just in my head. We was, you know what I'm saying? He had a beat play. He was outside. I think he was outside his studio. I don't know where he was at. Beat playing. What had Jay-Z's Blueprint 2 had just came out. And we rapping, rapping. And he was recording. I want to know if he got that on YouTube, man. But that was like some dope. That was dope. Everybody was there surrounded. They was just giving us words to rap. It was dope. That was real dope, man. Riding the underground, you know what I'm saying? Watch it. What Mind the Gap? Like I fuck with London. I fuck with London. I wouldn't mind going. Tim, that's who it was. Tim Westwood. Yep. Is he a dirtbag? Damn. Yeah, Tim Westwood, man. Tim Westwood. That's exactly who it is. That's exactly who it is. Tim Westwood. Caught some charges, huh? Dirt. Damn. Go to the pub, get me a pint. Salute to y'all, man. Salute to y'all, boy. Salute to y'all, man. London was it. London was it. Cause we put Portsmouth was cold. Cause I think Portsmouth is like is a college town or something like that, man. And Portsmouth was cold because it's right there on the water. Catch that train to London. And I know I'm all sidetracked. Yeah, it was a soccer game or football game. Let me say it right. And y'all won, man, and y'all tore up not y'all. You say you're from London. The people of Portsmouth, they tore that town up, man. Celebrate. They tore it up, man. I remember, and I was just saying to myself, man, let me get on this train for these folks think I'm the op or something like that. Caught that train to London, man, and had a good time. But yeah, I've been there twice. Enjoyed myself. You know what I'm saying? Enjoyed myself. But yeah, back to this. I done got caught off guard, man. But the more I think about like the Damson Idris situation, I believe he's been cast as Black Panther. Which one? I don't know. Is he Tank? Is he a multiverse T'Challa? I don't know. Is he gonna be like T'Chaka from? Because that's another thing. He could be T'Chaka for all we know. He could be a you know what I'm saying? Young T'Chaka. He could be Azuri, or he could be anybody, right? So, but I do think he has been casted, and why not? I think he's why not, up and coming, young, you know what I'm saying, young up and coming brother. We was just talking about Snowfall. Who knows? He might show back up in Snowfall, which is also a Disney product because that's on FX, which Disney now owns. So he's already right there in the wheelhouse, the Disney wheelhouse, so to speak. So I can most definitely see him being Tank, T'Chaka. I can see it. I can see it. They're gonna have to get creative with this Black Panther stuff though, because they painted themselves in the corner. They are now gonna have to get uber creative. Um, because I really don't see the play. I don't see the play with Shuri in Avengers Doomsday. I don't see the play with just pulling a T'Challa out of. I mean, we'll be happy, but I don't see the play going forward. Like, what role, what part would he play, or why would they need to pull a multiversal T'Challa out of the closet or wherever, the cupboard? You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as the story goes, and that's what I'm getting at. As far as the story goes, why did they find out he's the only one who can counter Doctor Doom? It's a hard one. It's a hard one, man. I really don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. Yeah, I really don't got no words, man. That I really don't got no word, because this shouldn't even be a debate. I think that's my issue. This should not even be a debate, man. I would love to see Shuri, Warrior Shuri. If they're gonna have her be the Black Panther, I need that vicious, kill them all Shuri, right? And then I need that calculating um boss T'Challa. And they could both be Black Panther for that movie. At the end of the movie, Shuri realizes that she can never do what her brother does, and she goes, you know what I'm saying? She finds her who she really is. If that makes sense. She figures out I can never do what my brother do, and she figures out I'm Griot, I'm Shuri, I'm the Griot, yada yada yada. Whoop de whoop. That's the way you ride that off into the sunset to get ready for this soft reboot. I think that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. Got to do. Because it we got Marvel. Another thing that shot Marvel in the foot is when they went more female heavy, not female starring, but just a little bit more female heavy, a little bit more female centric. They didn't do it with, I want to go female. When they went a little bit more secondary, more sidekick, because that's what these last couple phases have kind of really been, the sidekick mission, right? When they went that way, why? It's like they left the sidekicks who we grew with. We didn't get Don Cheadle and War Machine. Why not? Where's the fuck is Nick Fury at? Right? After Secret Invasion, they just threw him away. Why? but he ain't sidekick. They should have done more with Black America, Sam Wilson. They should have kept him as Falcon, right? They should have kept him as Falcon. What up, Pam? Pam in the building. They should have kept him as Falcon. It just makes more sense to keep him as Falcon. I think moviegoers would have seen that. Matter of fact, keep him as Falcon, and instead of doing Falcon and Winter Soldier, the show, that should have been a buddy cop movie on TV. I'm gonna say that all the time. That should have been a buddy cop movie in theaters, like Bad Boy style, another 48 hours, something like that. That's what it should have been. I think they wasted that show by making it a show. Right? But they still probably wouldn't have went hard on the racism or any of things like, because I think that's what was really missing. Ear itching. That's what was really missing in Black America Brave New World. Like, Sam just out here just kicking it. Like, the stuff that happened in Falcon and the Winter Soldier didn't matter no more. I'm the magical Negro now. Like, come on, man. We needed more. We needed more. And what is the concentration over at Marvel now? They don't have the Avengers. They got the Thunderbolts. Is that the concentration now? That's the only team that is a team as of right now. The Thunderbolts. So going into Doomsday, that's what we expected, right? Like, going into Doomsday, the Thunderbolts. We don't even know who Sam Wilson's team is. It's just him and Torres, right? Those are the Avengers. Is Thor showing up? Gamora and the Guardians of the Galaxy and Peter Quill. Like, they got an uphill battle to climb with Doomsday. They got an uphill battle. And I need to see this trailer. As soon as this trailer drops, I'm judging. I am going to be judging. As soon as the trailer drops. Got to. Call out Feige every chance I get. Be like the boogeyman for Feige. Blue, huh? Oh. Yeah, man. I'm right here sitting next to you. Eat your popcorn, brother. We're gonna watch this movie together. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. But the reason I get into that, I want to ask y'all a question. Is Marvel better off honoring its legacy heroes going forward, or focus on building building an entirely new team? Right? What you think? Legacy, new heroes, and that kind of ties back into this T'Challa Mantle situation, this Black Panther Mantle situation. Legacy heroes, new heroes. And what you know what I'm saying? Like, what should Marvel prioritize? What is Feige mandated for his C-suite? And telling, you know what I'm saying, he get the minions together and he say, all right, now go forth and disseminate that information. So yeah, man. Let me see what y'all got over here. Stamina says Marvel would like to think they're being clever by casting a new young T'Chaka or T'Chanda for A5, A6. I will wow the fuck out if they pull that nonsense. Be ready, Stamina. Be ready, Stamina. Get your inhaler. Get your inhaler. Because that's exactly what they're gonna do, man. I honestly think Malcolm Spellman wanted to be more blackety black with Falcon and the Winter Soldier and had his hands tied. That show could have been solid, but between corporate influence and the pandy, it was neutered. Respect. No lies detected there, man. Maybe he did want to go more blackety black. I think he should have. The best way to me to do that is to sprinkle it in from episode 2 to the end. Right? You sprinkle it in. Don't go super overt with it, but do enough to where we acknowledge it, to where it's acknowledged. And where should the new hero? I'm asking this question. If you are picking new heroes, if you rock with the new heroes, how far does Marvel go with them? How far does Marvel go with Thunderbolts? Do we get a Thunderbolt sequel? Do we get a Red Guardian movie now? Red Guardian's Chris, we ain't got a Christmas time joint since what? James Gunn came back and did Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special. Yeah, I'm with you on that. They gonna pull it though. They gonna do it. They are gonna do it, man. Mm. This recast, and it's to me, and I'm not 1,000% involved in any kind of movie scenes, but the way I've seen things happen, uh, backstage, or and just hear how they talk, how you are replaceable no matter what. Just recast. I think by now, I think everybody would have been on board with it by now. Because now all they do is hide behind uh, it being disrespectful. Hmm. New heroes are necessary, but there need to be overlap, addition, not replacement. Run them in parallel for proper baton passing, proper send offs, not unexplained. Stamina, me and you, we here, dog. You can't just bring them in. Don't even have the moment between the main character and the derivative so the main character can kind of take them under the wing to pass the baton. They don't even do that. They don't do that. I wish they would start doing that. That way, we see the dynamic between the main and the derivative. Because the crazy thing is, I mean, look at he ain't a derivative. He more as a sidekick. I was talking about Robin. Never mind. The thought escapes me. The thought escapes me, my lord. But yeah, man. Um, I appreciate everybody for coming because I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm getting a little tired, y'all. Um, but I appreciate y'all for stopping in and kicking it with me today. Blues News, man. Spin out Streaming Wars, Mantle Power Plays. Like I said, this ain't even really a debate. I thought I could turn it into some debate. I don't think I can because this is kind of straightforward for me. For me, it's straightforward for me, man. But if you laughed, learned, or just came for the talk, hit that like button. Please subscribe and please share it. So if y'all watching, it don't take much to click that the thumbs up. North, it don't take much to do that, man. Don't take much to North, like Project Panther. Give me that, man. Give me that. But tomorrow, I think, do I want to talk music tomorrow? I might go into my music bag, my hip hop bag tomorrow, man. It has been some moving and shaking on those side of things, so I might just do that. Might just give y'all. We might go music. Might go music, man. But yeah, I'm Bluminati, man, and you're you, right? I'm tired. I'm Blue and you're you. This has been Blues News, man. You know what I say? You ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here. Y'all take it easy and be safe. And like that, there we are outie 5,000. Peace.
This concludes today's broadcast from Blues News. We hope you enjoyed tonight's programming and the time we've shared together.
Right. Always be about being authentic. Drop like that drop to what it was March, or that we added to the slate on the strength of an exception.
So I think it's confidence. I think that
Blues News is dedicated to bringing you the very best in pop culture, music, and conversation, serving viewers everywhere, every day. On behalf of our staff and crew, we thank you for watching. We'll return tomorrow with more entertainment, insight, and fun for the whole house gang. Good night and good luck.